Hey, I wanted to just get into a few things about this internal website that I'd like to do. So, again, I'm just going to jump into a screen share. Let's go with share, present. All right. So, step one is obviously going to weebly.com, weebly.com. When you're there at Weebly, log in. I think you have my credential. It's the Z Nordyke at Yahoo. The password is not that small, so whatever the heck that um, is wrong. It's vastly longer. I believe you have it written down. I'll shoot it to you in Slack. Um, so let me go ahead and log in. Hide this. Once you get to this part of the dashboard for Weebly, go to Edit Website. Once you're on Edit Website, you can kind of navigate using like the standard navigation bar. Like these are all fine. You can certainly use them, but the way you edit a different page is just literally clicking on it. It loads it, but the difference between it in a web view mode and we'll call it an editable mode is it kind of creates these text boxes around the text. You can edit things and add links, etc. Let me dive into, now that you have just the highest of high level overviews on how to navigate through this, what I'm looking to do. For instance, on the home page, there are two buttons. I believe both of these are already linked appropriately. On the links on a button, just so you know, when you click it, there's button text. You can change what it says. Don't do that, but that's just an example. And then there's a link. You can link it to a web URL or a standard page that's inside of this, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of different things. Web URL creates a box to put the thing in. It's already linked appropriately. And yes, opening a new window is fine. We can play around with like how we think people will interface with it best, with it being minimally confusing. But linking it is as simple as just putting the link within it, and then it makes the button link to whatever URL you've connected it to. These two buttons, I believe, work. Don't worry about messing with it. On the About page, I believe these two buttons work. Don't worry about those. On these pages, I honestly have no clue if these buttons work. Now, the image, because it's like an image I imported, you can't, or, oh yeah, I'm sorry, that's foolish. I said you couldn't link, and I was just absolutely wrong. This is not linked for sure. I know I did not mess with that. So if you very kindly, this enrollment status sheet, I will send you the view mode for this link. And if you could kindly link it, because if we go to a web link, yeah, there's nothing in here. That's just kind of like a ghost thing that links to Google. Same thing with OGT scores. If this would open, be nice. For whatever reason, not getting even the image editor options opening on this. Just my luck. Okay. It's very peculiar. This is allowing me to do some edits on the image and replace and whatnot, and this is not. And this is something totally different. All right, well, my simpler suggestion is maybe replacing all of these with a button. Let me just do an example. I go to buttons over here. Yeah, I don't go to buttons over here. Let me just delete this image very quickly. I'm going to delete the image. Yes, I'm sure. I'm going to go to button. I'm going to bring it in above. We can play with the button by going to the style. And again, the button can be described differently than this. Let's just go with this one for now. And sorry to do all these changes. I just thought it was going to be easy to link these images, yada, yada. But I'm glad I'll show you this. So let's pretend we use the button. Doesn't need to be this basic. Please help yourself by making this look dramatically better. But let's take the button text for one, and we will make it uh, enrollment status sheet. So we'll erase the button text, enrollment status sheet. And that should save automatically. Just changed it. Then we would link that button, and again, I'll send you the link to the view for the enrollment status sheet. To me, it would be nice if there was an image that looks something like a spreadsheet or whatnot that it could connect to, but please don't knock yourself out if the link is having a hard time connecting with the button. You can also use some type of geometry. I think they have shapes of some type. I know they have probably more uh, things that you could put more, not even images, structures. It would seem to me that they have more button options than maybe are presented. I don't know, but this can look better. But let's just pretend, because this is really operating poorly with the image. We'll get this verbiage out of here, just so it's more of a singular link. Do away with this. And I'll rid this out of here. Struggling like crazy trying to get rid of stuff. Okay, delete. We'll just pull one other button over. This thing's really being a big challenge. As you can see, even though it's a pretty simple interface, um, sometimes this is why I'm asking you to play with all of this, because it just becomes a real hassle in terms of spacing and whatnot. Let's just change the button text. We'll change it to student OGT scores, and go ahead and just save that. And that actually does appear to have been linked. I'll just send this to you actually just in the Slack or as a Slack message. And this can be reconfigured. I know we can just more easily do something like that and get rid of this. Let's see if I can't. Yeah. Let's pull it down. The alignment's all clunky and weird. Let me see if I can't get rid of this now. Delete. Okay. And the button type obviously shouldn't look like this. Let's see. Button style needs to be the bigger one. Okay. We're at least getting some balance and uniformity, but you get my drift. Please link this button, and it can have an image and be a lot more aesthetically pleasing. But link this button to the enrollment status sheet. I'll send you the link for it. Link this button to the OGT score spreadsheet. I'll send you the link for it. Link this one to the student contact information. Send you the link for it. Link this one to the coordinator report. I'll send you a link for it. And after you kind of get what we'll call the brass tacks, the links working, playing with it so the images look awesome, and it's just a real user-friendly and pleasing to look at site would be super helpful. Again, student plan, state approval list. I believe the links actually work on here. I'm not sure. I'm going to send those links to you. You can see how that would work. We don't have anything for these guys yet, so we can leave those be. My final ask of you is, this is presently set up to be kind of a way of emailing people internally or going to our Slack. I would actually like this to be, and I don't know why that first name, last name spaced the way it is. It'd be nice to like take care of small things like this. The emails, I think, work. Let's go into publish and just check it out. What is this? Close. Uninteresting. So we'll go into the site just as a user would. Let's go to team. Okay, so The emails don't work, but I think when it's the meet with me, it does connect into the person's email. Yeah, it does. So that works. Get rid of this. That works, but um, let's see, that move down here. Forget it. Okay, but I would like to have, instead of email, individual responsibility. I'm going to send you uh, the folder that has a Google form with everybody's individual responsibility form in it. Let's replace this email with IR, individual responsibility. And we'll have a link to everyone's individual responsibility here. And I'm going to show you how this table is set up. So if you double click it, well, I would have to actually go into the editable format. So if I double click this table, it has a custom HTML and you can edit it in here. So if you could kindly look through this and find, and I'll try to give you an example. So let's see. So starting with me, right here, I think in this Z Nordyke thing, um, we can change it. Like, so up here at the beginning, like in the table heading, first name, I'm just going to clean some of this up really quickly. So just add a space, But instead of email, we can call this IR. And we don't have to save or anything. So I made the space. Now this is IR. If you could create like whatever the link is, you can just call it individual, maybe, and link the word individual to their plan, okay? Or to their individual responsibility Google form. That would be great. And I'm going to send you the Google form, or I'm going to send you the whole folder with everybody's individual responsibility in just a second. If all of those could be linked, that would be absolutely huge. All right, I'm going to jump back to the Hangout real quick. I know that that individual responsibility thing may not make 100% sense. Please call me if that's unclear. And I'm going to send you the links for all the things that still need to be linked so you can make sure everything's working. I try not to get too detailed because I know you know how to do a lot of this stuff, but still connect with me if you're having any trouble. Thanks so much.